Hey everyone, how y'all doing? So it's time to go over the knives I carried for the week, and this is actually for 2 weeks, week 25 and week 26 of 2024. And I missed out last week's video because I've had a lot of stuff going on the past 2 weeks. I was sick, I ended up in the hospital, then I had quite a few appointments and a lot of testing being done, so I did not switch out knives as often as I normally would. I really only carried 4 knives and a Swiss Army knife, so I'll cover 2 weeks in this video and should be a fairly quick one. But to start out, week 25 ran from Monday, June 17th through Sunday, June 23rd, and for all 2 weeks, as per usual, I carried this pouch, the EDC pouch from Hide and Drink, and I have my notebook in here, which I'm using for my notes, my notebook, pen. I carry my main knife in here most of the time, my Swiss Army knife there. In the back, I have my bank card, license, insurance card, then a little Olight i1R2 flashlight. But as like I said, as per usual, I've been carrying this pouch, which means I've been carrying the Victorinox Executive in that small pocket. This little knife just lives in there, and it's an excellent little knife. 74 millimeter frame, so it's a little smaller. Has the tools, basic tools that I like. And what you get, if you don't know, is you get a small pen blade right there, and that's super little sharp, like a little scalpel. Then you get a little larger pen blade, which by all means is still small, because it's a small knife. And then you get this cool orange peeler with a serrated edge, which actually, if it was longer, it would be great for clamshell packaging, but they'll actually cut through clamshell packaging. I've used that quite a bit for that. I have used it to peel an orange, and it actually works. Screwdriver tip right there. Then on this side, the two tools I use probably the most on this. You got the nail cleaner, and it's a long one. Then you got on the side, one side is a fine file, which is a pretty nice file, but it is fine cut. And then this part's great for cleaning out your nails, for digging stuff, to wedge in something to pry loose. Also, in the same thought, this works good for a little tiny pry tool. But yeah, the nail cleaner is pretty nice, and then you get a nice pair of little scissors on here. These come in so handy. I use these all the time. Just, snip strings and stuff. And yeah, I really like those. So those are the two tools I use the most on this. Then you get your tweezers, then the toothpick. I have a little zipper pull on it. And like I said, this has been living probably for months now, right in that pocket. When this is loaded up with the book and everything, that fits in there pretty tight. So my Swiss Army knife for both weeks every day was a Victorinox Executive. It is a discontinued model. All the 74 millimeters are discontinued. I really would like to get a few of the other models, the 74 millimeter. But yeah, start out my main folders. On Monday, it'd be June 17th, I carried the Ka-Bar Dozer. Still one of my favorite little budget EDC knives. And it was my outdoor knife, one I carried to the woods and hiking and stuff for a long time. I've kind of switched over to my Benchmade Griptilian for that now, but that's why I got orange, high visibility, but pretty basic model still. Has the AUS-8 steel for the blade, has that black coating, which, over the years, it's got a few chips in it, but it's held up pretty good. I mean, I've had this for at least 4.5 years, but like I said, AUS-8, it's AUS-8, not A, just AUS-8 steel. You know, it works. It's okay. It's like 8CR 13 MOV. Holds an edge long enough, easy to sharpen. I mean, it's easy to maintain. And what I do when I get it out and I use it, I just take my Work Sharp Field Dress Sharpener here and I just run it on that ceramic rod a few times, strop it a few times, and I keep the edge nice. So, you know, AUS-8, this blade steel works fine for me for mostly what I do. Yeah, made in Taiwan. 4062 is the model, but totally ambidextrous knife because you can change that thumb stud, reverse that to the other side. Pocket clip is reversible left hand and right hand. Has Zytel, what they call Zytel handles, you know, plastic scales, and that's all you have is the scales. There's no liners in it, but yet it is pretty firm. You really can't pinch it too easily. Doesn't seem to flex. Just a nice knife. It's back lock, easy one hand open with that thumb stud, one hand closed, just like that. I really dig this one. I've always, you know, every so often I look at these and think I'm going to get a different color or the D2 version of it, and I just haven't yet. But one of these days, I'm going to get another Ka-Bar Dozier because they're awesome knives still. So that was Monday. Tuesday that week, I went to the Finch Holiday. I checked this out. This is one of their earlier models that Finch came out with, and I only have 2 Finch knives, and this is my favorite. I love this, everything about this. Very like modern, traditional, the way it looks, but it has this awesome Wharncliffe blade that is made out of 154 CM, and that's pretty good steel. I haven't had no issues with it. Stays sharp for a long time, and this particular knife, that straight edge, super easy to sharpen. Got a nice point. And the tip there, you can still pierce with this, but stainless steel frame. Micarta covers right here. Get the Finch crest, I call it crest, the shield. That actually glows in the dark. Basically, it is a frame lock knife, but it has the cover right here, so they call it bolster lock. I don't think it's a true bolster lock, but that's how it kind of operates. And check out the thickness of that. Lockup is good, it's about 50% over. Totally solid lockup. Easy to get to that. Action. Look at that. Just remarkable. I have never taken this apart or anything. Most I've done is maybe drop some oil in there, blow it out with canned air, and that's it. Centering is excellent. Got a nice little flipper tab. That just works excellent. Rockets right out. And with the jimping on here, you can actually kind of choke up on that jimping and do detailed work. I mean, there's nothing keeping you from touching the edge, but that kind of just gives you a place to lightly choke up and works as a little finger guard. What else about this? Oh, cool looking titanium clip. You know, you got a little bit sticking out of your pocket, and you know, it's on the heavier side. It's not super heavy or anything. I mean, I could feel the weight when I carried it in here like that compared to the Ka-Bar Dozier. But yeah, Tuesday I carried that. Now, moving on to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It got kind of goofy. I did not carry a knife. Besides the executive, because I had some testing done early Wednesday morning, and then when the doctor got the testing, He called me and I had to go to the hospital. So since I knew I was going to the hospital and I was carrying the pouch, I decided I wasn't going to carry a knife, and I threw in my Rovivon E7 flashlight right in that pocket. So this was my setup. I had my notebook in there. Worked out pretty good. I did not end up using the flashlight at all in the hospital. And of course I had the small O-light right there. But I ended up using this a few times. I used the scissors a couple times. Used the nail cleaner and file. So that was 3 days. I did not carry a main folder. Now, Friday I got out. In the afternoon, I didn't pick up a main knife, but Saturday and Sunday, I got out. One of my favorite little budget knives is the Kershaw Atmos. I've had this for a long time also. It's one of the probably the first 5-6 knives I bought when I started buying knives again in 2020. They still sell these. I think this model in particular is out of stock or discontinued. Comes in different colors. I kind of always wanted the blue or the all black, but cool Sinkovich design right there. 8CR 13 MOV steel. Again, like the AUS 8, it's good enough steel for me. Just maintain it, and it stays sharp long enough. And like I said, 8CR 13 MOV steel, G10 handles with this carbon fiber right here. And it's not really, I'm not sure how it's really done. It looks like it's inlaid, then it was all machined, but it steps up a little bit. It's not just stuck on there. It's almost a solid piece here, but very cool carbon fiber. Has a lot of depth to it. It changes, it moves around. Very cool. It's on both sides. Has a FR and backspacer with a little lanyard hole. Deep carry pocket clip, which is pretty good. A lot of my Kershaws have a real tight, strong clip. This one's good. Button head screws under there, but still plenty of room. Nice ergos on this little knife. The jimping's okay. Not very aggressive though. And yeah, flipper tab, liner lock, lockup is good. Centering on this is still, it's almost right down the center. Great action. I like the looks of it, the profile. Kind of the way the handle is and stuff. It kind of resembles my bare knuckle and my Natrix. So kind of falls in line with all of them. I'm not sure if Dmitry Sinkovich designed those or not, but he designed this. And what's the other one? There's another one that's very similar to this. Has the carbon fiber. It's a different shape. Very similar knife. I don't have one. I've always wanted to get one. But yeah, I carried that for the weekend. And now moving on to week number 26. It's not going to be too much difference here. If I can find my notes. So week 26 went from Monday, June 24th through Sunday, June 30th. And I started out the week the way I finished the week before, and that's carrying the Atmos. So I carried this for 4 days, and it rides nice in that pouch, just like that. And I tend to put the pocket clip to the inside instead of trying to clip it in here. And then it's not in really the right position when I pull it out. And yeah, 4 days in a row, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, carried the Atmos. Now, Wednesday, rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I stayed with the same knife. and that was my Case Sodbuster Junior. I just like the Sodbuster pattern, whether it's large or the Junior. I just like the pattern. I like how it feels in hand. The Case Sodbuster Junior here is pretty nice. Centering on this is dang close to the center, and I had to adjust it. It was way off to one side out of the box, and I was actually able to adjust it. But this has CV steel, chrome vanadium steel. And I don't know if you can see. It does have a little patina. Got a little spot right there that could actually be rust. I should try to, because I can actually feel that with my fingernail. Should try to get that off. Give it a little oiling. It'll slow down the patina, but I guess that's okay. Tang stamp, Case XX, dots, USA 3137 CV. You got the yellow synthetic Delrin handles. I like the yellow handles on Case knives. Otherwise, I'm not a real big fan of yellow, but something about the yellow handled Case knives and traditional knives I like. And again, fit and finish on this is really good. It's one of the better Case knives I've gotten. And I carried this. You can see it's kind of a little ridge down through here, a little valley or whatever. So that's kind of weird. And this is perfectly flat on this side. But yeah, I carried this for 4 days, the rest of the week 26, and again, right in there. Now this one, more than any of the other ones, being smooth, even with a notebook and everything, it would have a tendency, if I was carrying this and I tipped it, it would slide, almost slide out and hit the floor. So I always kind of like held on to it, like that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I carried for 2 weeks. Like I said, had a lot going on. Did not feel like switching out knives, or was able to. I guess that'll do it for this video. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And until the next video, bye.